Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, it is really my pleasure to be one of the speakers in this very important event. I was delighted to attend the last one last year, and I am very delighted now to join again and attend with you this event. I'm going to speak briefly about the opportunities of investment in agriculture, in agribusiness in Sudan. I will start, they gave me 20 minutes, but hopefully I will finish before 20 minutes because already we are delayed. I will start speaking about an agribusiness forum held in Harvard University back in 2015. And I was one of the attendants. We have been invited about 200 experts global-wise, and they were giving us information which was very interesting. We did not expect this information. And each of us is engaged in his field, but we did not expect that the world globally is going to face a famine, which was supposed to start in 2022, this year, and it will be a big problem for the world by 2030, and this is globally, not in a certain country. And why is this happening? Because they were saying there was pollution in the water and pollution of the soil during the past 50 years. And the soil now is incapable of giving the same production which used to give 50 years back. The same thing is applicable for the water. And to make it more complicated, there is increase of the population of the world. India, at that time, that was 2015, was 1.3 billion inhabitants. China was 1.4 billion inhabitants. To make it even more complicated, there is improvement in standard of living. And whenever there is improvement in standard of living, that means there is more increase of consumption of food. So the soil and the water are incapable of giving the same production, and there is increase of consumption of food that will lead to this famine, which was expected to start in 2022. So they divided us into different groups, and they asked each group to put some kind of solutions, either for this famine not to take place or to mitigate it if it happens. And different groups came with different solutions. But the most interesting thing, one of the group was recommending for the world to go to Africa. And why Africa? Because Africa is the only continent which spent only, which used only 7% of 93% of the land is still virgin land. There is no pollution in this land, no pollution of the water, no pollution of the soil. And in Africa, the recommendation was to go to Sudan. Sudan is, Sudan has a big, very wide area for agriculture, a lot of water, fresh water, labor force is very cheap, and the location of Sudan in the middle, it's located in such a strategic location which we have got access to a very big market, GCC market. From Port Sudan to Jeddah is only about 8 hours. And East Africa, we have signed a COMISA agreement. We are exempted from 25% of the duties. The second good news about Sudan, it took place just during the past 3 months. In a Rawabi Dairy Company, we are importing all of our feeds from abroad. From February till now, this is just during the past 4 months, we used before to import the container of alfalfa or soybean or corn from Brazil to Dubai. It used to cost $2,200. Now it's costing 14,000. From China, it used to cost $2,800. Now it costs 16,000. So imagine how much this increase in logistics and transportation. Sudan is just 8 hours for Sudan to Jeddah is only 8 hours. And even if there is increase in the logistics, it would not be increased more than $200, $300. So it is a very good opportunity for Sudan. Countries like Brazil last year exported food products of value of $32 billion. $32 billion. And as we studied before in geography, there is nothing growing in Brazil not growing in Sudan. Right? 2 weeks ago, they had in the Chamber of Commerce in Dubai, the Brazil embassy, they had Day of Brazil, and they were talking about the food they are exporting to GCC countries. And they were saying that now we are supplying fresh chicken to the market in Dubai. I said, what? Fresh chicken? How come can be fresh meat of chicken? From Brazil to Dubai, the ship takes 6 weeks. So how come they can get fresh chicken to Dubai after 6 weeks? And I was very surprised. Then I asked the gentleman, how come you are fooling us or what? Fresh chicken means slaughtered today. That's fresh chicken to our understanding. Then he said, yes, we are supplying fresh chicken to Dubai. I said, how come? He said, when the ship starts from Brazil, we grow 1 day chicken in the ship. And the ship takes 42 days till it arrives to Dubai. Then it becomes a mature chicken and we slaughter it and we supply the market. You see how these people are thinking. And we are just 8 hours far away, not 42 weeks, 42 days. So the opportunities are really countless. So many opportunities are for Sudan. I was just trying to mention about the dairy and the beef. In Sudan, there are about last population of animals in Sudan was for dairy cattle and beef cattle about 40 million. And that was very old. That was, I think, 1975. Most likely this number is doubled or even tripled, I don't know. But let us just speak about the 40 million. If we have 40 million cattle and 50% are males and 50% are females, here we are talking about 20 million dairy and beef females. This 20 million, if we consider the production of each cow is only, we don't go for the international standard, which is about 10,000, right? We take only 5,000, half. 5,000 multiplied by 20 million, this is 100 billion liters of milk per year. Each liter of milk costs $1. Now if you go to the supermarket here, you purchase for, yesterday I heard it's $1.50. So that is $100 billion of milk production in Sudan. $100 billion. And we estimated only half of the total production. Even if you tell me, okay, don't compare us with international standard, in Al-Rawabi in Dubai, our cows reached a revolving herd average of 11,200 liters. We are counting here only 5,000. 5,000 multiplied by 20 million is 100 billion liters, $100 billion.